Hey, I'm Banff from Brisbane, and you're watching the AU Review.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, and welcome back to Big Sound.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
You were just saying you didn't make it out last night, so you must be looking at everyone else with their glary eyes this morning with a bit of I don't even know what the right word is because I'm too glary-eyed to think of one.
Yeah, I feel pretty fresh. I did Big Sound last year as well and learned a few lessons from that. And this year I'm taking a bit of a different approach. So I've sacrificed seeing a bunch of great bands last night, but today I feel great and I feel good for my show. So yeah, I've seen a few pretty weary looking punters on the way in here, and I'm glad I'm not one of those.
So I'm taking it from that you learnt from last year that you don't need to go out if you're not performing.
Not maybe just to take a bit more the showcase a bit more seriously.
Yeah.
So yeah, feeling right for that rather than I think I always get so inspired by seeing all these awesome artists at Big Sound every year. But yeah, tonight will be my night. I play pretty early in the piece tonight, so I think got a bunch of other bands that I'll go and check out after.
Then you can let loose.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll be that weary dude downstairs tomorrow.
That's right. So let's talk about what you've got going on at the moment. We're sort of a few months since we've heard some music from you. It's we're heading in. Has it been a few months? I don't even know what month it is now. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, maybe a few months.
But we've still been enjoying you on the road, touring that single and everything that came before it. But you're touring with Caitlin Park. Tell me a little bit about how those shows have gone and what it's been like touring with Caitlin.
Yeah, it's been cool. We collaborated on a song that I'd started writing the bones of, early last year. And it was always just a little idea that I'd played around with, but always heard like this girl-boy dialogue situation going on. It didn't feel like just as a Banff release, I could really do it justice or do it the way that I wanted. So actually met Caitlin at Big Sound last year. She showcased right after my set, and we hung out and I saw her set and I was like, that is fucking awesome, and I wanted to work with her. And yeah, we met again in Brisbane a couple of months later at another festival here, and threw the idea around of collaborating, and that was just a song that I was working on and that I thought might fit. And we recorded that together, and then we were lucky enough to sort of do a bit of a co-headline tour together, just down the east coast of Australia. And yeah, the shows were cool. It was cool. I've never done a co-headline tour, so that was interesting and fun, and always nice to tour with people that you really like, as friends and also as artists. So it's good.
You mentioned that kind of goes back to Big Sound last year. So, it really must be a good opportunity as a musician to meet other musicians. Like just
Yeah.
straight, just that.
Yeah. I mean, just that alone's worth the experience for any artist. And probably the biggest thing for me is like, I saw Caitlin's set and I was like, I want to work with that person. So you get exposed to probably a lot of music that maybe you wouldn't ordinarily sort of come across or seek. So the Big Sound is just such a good way of connecting with new artists and people and music and getting a whole bunch of new inspiration.
And I imagine in these sets we're going to hear some newer material. Tell us a little bit about what you've been working on and what we're going to be hearing from you over the summer.
Definitely been writing. I think that's where it all sort of stems back for me. That's what it's all about. So I've spent a lot of time doing that, and a few new tunes to showcase tonight, and a whole bunch more to write between now and the end of the year. So that's kind of where it's at.
You're sort of at that point you're working towards a full length. That's kind of the next goal for you.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I think an EP makes a bit of sense, but I don't know. I think I'm feeling really good about where things are at from the writing side, and I'm pretty proud of some of the stuff that's down at the moment. So I wouldn't say that an album's off the cards or anything. I think it would be a huge milestone if I could sort of do that so early in my in the career of Banff, or so. I think at this stage it would probably be an EP, but I wouldn't say that I won't do an album maybe early next year. So we'll just see how that all unfolds.
Is it nice to kind of have that creative freedom to make those decisions? Not having that pressure from other people in the band, or from just other forces that be, to produce things when you're not ready to, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've played in bands before, and that's been an amazing experience. But the Banff project, Banff in its entirety is really stripped back to wanting to focus on the writing side more and take complete control of that side of things creatively. Mm-hmm. So that's given me a lot more freedom with what I'm producing as an artist, and and probably a whole heap of other options as far as working with other artists like Caitlin that I love, or steering the project in a direction that I feel like it should go. Or I think that's why the writing side is so exciting for me, because the possibilities are kind of endless, and something that I probably hang my hat on the most.
When it comes to writing, are you the sort of person that kind of takes that Nick Cave approach, where you go, okay, this is a day to write, I'm going to wake up at 9 a.m, I'm going to put my business suit on, whether that's clothes or not, and write a song? Or do you need to really let that kind of come naturally?
Bit of both. I've tried different ways over the years. I was in some pretty interesting songwriting sessions over the weekend where...
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the Song Hubs.
I did the Song Hubs thing with APRA, which was cool because, I guess the thing you have to deliver at the end of each session is a written and recorded demo. I think we work from like 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, and it was kind of that Nick Cave approach where you sit in a room and you're just like, all right, well, we have a deadline. And that was cool because you don't tend to overthink ideas, and generally the first thing that comes to mind is something that actually gets put in a demo, and often I find that generally those ideas are the ones that stick or are the best. But yeah, I mean, sometimes that doesn't work. Like if the creative vibes aren't flowing, then I do have to sort of wait for the moment where it's right. So, in my writing space, I'm just trying to condition my place is a place where I can escape, and when an idea or inspiration comes, and I can just sit down and actually get that down and tracked and captured to, I guess, work on.
With the Song Hubs sessions, there were a lot of great artists involved in that. Who else was a part of it?
There was Mallrat from Brisbane, who's showcasing this, I think last night, and maybe another show tonight. Cub Sport. Sarah Blasco was there as a writer as well. A bunch of amazing producers. I worked with Ella Thompson from Dorsal Fins, who was at BIGSOUND as well tonight, I think. OPEP, another band from down south. So they're a handful. There was a fair few of us, and some of the best producers going around that we got to work with. So it was a great experience.
It must be a great opportunity to, kind of what we were talking about at the beginning about, meeting people that you wouldn't normally meet, and the opportunity to collaborate with people you wouldn't normally collaborate with. Yeah,
it's so important, I think, as an artist, because you probably step outside of your comfort zone a bit. You see the creative process from someone else's perspective as well, and it challenges you a lot because, when two artists get together in a room and are told to write and record a demo by the end of a day, you kind of have to work each other out pretty quickly and know what each other's about. And that's challenging, but also hugely rewarding, because it's like, well, let's just see what comes out of this session. And, there was one day where I wrote and recorded like a pretty folky song, which I probably wouldn't normally do. And there's another day where we just did a full-on pop banger. So it sort of, I get new inspiration from working on other genres of music, and I think that it can only make you better as an artist. Yeah.
And looking back throughout the year, a big deal for you this year, I imagine, was heading over to the UK and playing The Great Escape. Yeah. What was that experience like, and what's come out of that for you? Are there plans to head back there at some point?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we played the Great Escape Festival. I guess that was the main reason we went over. Well, when I say we, the band, and I. So, yeah, that was awesome. It's interesting playing in the UK, where there's so many similarities between the live performance experience over there and as it is in Australia. But in then it can be so different in so many ways as well. So, cool experience. We did shows not only in the UK, but we went to Paris and Berlin and Haldern in North Germany. We played London Calling Festival in Amsterdam, and a few other bits and pieces around en route to all those destinations. So yeah, it was just really cool experience to play all over the world and probably get a sense of a bit of confidence in the fact that what I'm creating in Brisbane can sort of transfer across to other territories or whatever, and present a whole new bunch of opportunities for me in the future. So yeah, I'll definitely be back over there sometime soon, probably the next release cycle.
Fantastic. Well, wish you all the best with the summer ahead, and look forward to hearing what comes out of the Song Hub sessions as well. They're always really fun to see what comes out of that.
Yeah, hopefully we can share some of the works. I'm sure we will. Yeah, look forward to sharing that with everyone.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me.